Hello and welcome to Share Science. Today we are going to explore the water cycle by creating some very colorful carnations. The water cycle is a critical part of life on Earth. Did you know you can use the water cycle to make some beautiful spring decorations? Let's learn about the role plants play on keeping the water flowing. Today we're going to explore how plants move water through their vascular system as a vital part of the water cycle and create some creative decorations in the process. If you want to follow along, you're going to need a few things. Start with several white flowers. We use carnations, several different colors of food coloring, scissors, and enough clear containers, partially filled with water, for each of your flower stems. Once we have our equipment, we are going to learn two key things to better understand the water cycle. We're going to learn what the water cycle is and the important role that plants play, and we're going to understand how plants use a process known as transpiration to keep the water flowing through a combination of evaporation and capillary forces. Here's our plan. First, we're going to make sure our containers are all filled with water, and to each one add some of our food coloring. If your flowers came with any plant food, now would be a great time to add it. Then we're going to trim each stem to fit our containers, ensuring we cut at a 45-degree angle for the best water transport. Here's a demonstration of the procedure. We start with our carnations and cut each one to length at 45 degrees. We prepare our containers with water. Then we collect our food coloring to add to each tube. We put about a dozen drops in each one. We add one carnation to each container, and then we wait. Our experiment took several days for such a vibrant effect. So watch yours and see what happens. Once you get the hang of it, you might want to move your flowers from one color into another to create a banded multicolor effect. Have fun with it! Let's take some time to discuss the water cycle and the important role of plants. The cycle starts with water in the atmosphere condensing and falling as precipitation to the ground, where it collects in pools and underground. Plants draw the water up through their roots into their flowers and leaves, where heat from the sun evaporates the water back into the atmosphere. Once the moisture saturates at the atmosphere, it eventually condenses again into precipitation, completing the cycle. Let's learn how transpiration works. The vascular system of a plant can be visualized as a series of parallel tubes that run up the stem and into the leaves and flower bodies. When we cut the stem and place into water, in this example dyed red, the water is drawn up the tubes like straws, eventually flowing into the flower petals, which are thin enough to show the vibrant red color. But how do plants do this exactly? What's the mechanism? The mechanism is known as capillary force, which is actually not unique to plants. You can even reproduce the effect using tubes of varying diameter. As the diameter of the tubes gets smaller, the water's surface tension pulls the interface up the sides of the tubes, and at sufficiently small diameters, the water level can rise quite substantially. This effect is coupled with evaporation from the plant's leaves and flowers and is known as transpiration. Each plant transpires at different rates based on the environment they live in. Plants that thrive in wet, tropical environments, like this birds of paradise, tend to have large, broad leaves to promote transpiration and growth. Plants that thrive in dry environments, like this cactus, have small, pointy leaves to ensure the cactus can hold on to its precious water for as long as possible between rains. To summarize, we learned about the water cycle and the vital role that plants play through the transpiration process. As water evaporates from a plant's leaves and flowers, capillary forces help pull water through the plant's vascular system to keep the plant healthy. By coloring the water our plants drink, we can turn our decorative flowers into beautiful works of art. We hope you liked today's video. Please like and subscribe to get more content just like this.